Hello everyone and welcome back to our videos. Today we will continue talking about the reciprocating exhaust system, and we will specify some components. They are very important on the exhaust system of reciprocating engine, like mufflers and heat exchangers. Also, we will talk about the exhaust augmenters. And the last thing we will talk about today is the exhaust system inspection. Mufflers and heat exchangers, or we can say instead of the heat exchanger, the shroud. They are so important on the reciprocating exhaust system. And as we see in this figure, this the combined of muffler and shroud. This the muffler and this the shroud. We will talk about the function of the mufflers and the heat exchangers. Exhaust collectors carried the gases safely away from the engine, but did little to nothing about reducing noise level. It was discovered that if the end of collector were cut at a taper and the exhaust discharged through a relatively narrow slot rather than through the straight open pipe, the noise was reduced. In the last 40 years, mufflers similar to those used on automobiles have been used to reduce engine noise to a tolerable level. The muffler receives the exhaust from the cylinders and passes it through a series of baffles to break up the sound energy. The exhaust is then passed out through a tail pipe. In addition, a stainless steel shroud or heat exchanger or shell can be placed around the muffler, as we see in this figure. The shroud, it will be supported around the muffler like this. This type of setup is referred to as heat exchanger. This shroud brings in unheated outside air into a space between muffler and shroud. Since the muffler is being heated by exhaust gases, the air in this space is heated. Then through heater hoses and ducting, the heated air can be used as a cabin heat. And we talked about this on the chapter 14 on airframe book, cabin atmosphere. And we said on a single engine, the heat or the hot air, it will come from the shroud and muffler. Or for a de-ice or anti-ice purposes. This shroud is easily removed so the muffler can be inspected. Exhaust augmenters. As we see in this figure, this the exhaust collector, and here we have this tube and this the augmenter tube. The function of the augmenter to aid in cooling. Exhaust augmenters use the velocity of existing exhaust to produce Venturi effect to draw more airflow over the engine. The last thing we will talk about today, the exhaust system inspection of reciprocating engine. During an inspection of exhaust system, be especially alert for any cracks, dent, or missing parts. A crack usually allows exhaust gas to escape. Escaping gas often shows up as a flat gray or sooty black streak on the stock or muffler. Exhaust system inspection. Weld areas are especially subject to cracks due to stress produced by the expansion and contraction. Poor quality weld beads protrude internally and concentrate heat, resulting in the hot spots. A good quality weld tapers smoothly into the base metal and thus dissipate heat evenly. Muffler and heat exchanger failures. Approximately half of all muffler and heat exchanger failures can be traced to cracks or ruptures in the heat exchanger surfaces used for cabin and carburetor heat sources. What about if we have exhaust manifold or stock failures? Exhaust manifold and stock failures are usually fatigue failures at clamped point or at welds. These failures are primarily fire hazards and they also present carbon monoxide problems. Internal muffler failures. Internal failures such as baffles and diffuser can cause partial or complete engine power loss by restricting the flow of the exhaust gases and increasing the back pressure. Local hotspot areas caused by uneven exhaust gas flow can result in burning, bulging, or rupture of outer muffler wall.